I think it's true for many of us that when we start out in photography, or if we have an interest in it, then what we tend to do is we'll look at images that we see in books, in magazines and online, and we'll feel inspired to go out and capture that image ourselves. But then when we get there, the conditions might be slightly different, or we might not be able to find the exact spot that the photographer was standing in, and so we can't get the composition quite right. And then when we get that image home, we try and over-process it to achieve something that we had visualized, but we just can't quite get it. And we end up feeling frustrated. But if your expectation is to capture what someone else saw when they were there, or to capture the feeling that that landscape made that photographer have, then the chances of you feeling disappointed or frustrated, I think, are much higher. So many people have a love of the outdoors, and it literally broadens our horizons, and it acts as an escape from the towns we live in the offices we work in. And we love it because of the way that it makes us feel. But then how does it make us feel exactly? Now, when I say feelings, I'm not talking about it makes me feel happy or sad or angry. No, those are the words that describe the emotions that we have. But landscape can be beautiful or moody or awe-inspiring. And even though those words are getting closer to what I'm trying to say here, that there's still something that are quite difficult to capture in our images. So what do I mean exactly? Well, it's hard to say, and it's because we all have feelings that are deeper than words, and biologically speaking, that's because the part of our brain that feels is totally separate from the part of our brain that does the talking. So you have to forgive me whilst I clumsily explain what it is that this view makes me feel. But I came here the other day and I really started to analyse it and look into what it was that I was feeling, or how it made me feel. And I, as silly as it sounds, the group of trees that's on the mound over there makes me feel like it's a lookout at the prow of a ship, gazing across the ocean into the bountiful lands that are on the horizon. And it represents adventure and excitement and ultimately prospect. And so I know this place well, and I was actually here the other day and I captured the image that I wanted, and I think it's actually turned out better than the one that I got this morning. I came here at sunrise to try and capture it in a different light, but it just hasn't quite worked out the same way. But I spent time here and I looked out into the landscape and I admired the view that I liked so much, and then that got me thinking. Simon Booth told me that he tells participants in his workshops to let the landscape get under their skin, and I echo this because the way that this view makes me feel has influenced my composition and my approach and the way that I've tried to capture the image. So, is this the approach that I use for every image that I capture? No, it's not, and mostly not. In fact, it's something I'm only just starting to realise and understand, and I feel a little bit silly because I'm sure there's plenty of people out there that already think like this, already approach their photography in such a way. But I think making this video is a part of me learning it and understanding it, because by verbalising it and saying it out loud, then I think that I understand it a bit more.